Hey, how's everybody doing? It's Robert's Family 365. Yes. I am Lumumba.
And I'm Glenda Roberts.
Yes, that's right. And we are doing our Amazing Race Season 34 recap.
Yes.
This is episode number 4, the Mega Leg Part 2. So how does it start us off?
Yeah, so we are starting off the Mega Leg in last place. Okay, so we start with you being at the Ducati Challenge, and my husband killed it, y'all.
Yes,
it did not take him hours and hours and hours to do it. That edit was right. It was quick, child.
I think it took about 45 minutes. However, I'm still in last place.
Yes.
Started off in 10th place.
Yes.
And the next challenge said that we had to set off in stick shift going to Firenze, which is Florence, if anybody doesn't know.
Keep that in mind. We are stick shift driving in Italy, not knowing the language. Yeah. Oh my God. And so in the middle of us trying to get from the Ducati Challenge to Firenze, Lumumba, what did you do?
Oh, well, I decided that once we got to this toll road, I didn't know how to use the toll. Now, mind you, I'm from Georgia. We don't have very many tolls. So I'm thinking you have to pay at the toll, but you're really just supposed to take the ticket and go to the other side of the toll, however many miles later, and pay there. But instead of that, I decide I want to get out of the car for some reason.
Yes, he decides he wants to get out of the car in the middle of the highway on the toll road, and we make an executive decision in that car, crew and all, telling
everybody, no. And thank God that they said no, because it would have been a disaster.
Oh my God, crazy.
Yeah, and then we got to a place where we had to take a detour, and it was either not an Amazing Race detour, but a travel detour. We could have gone to the Directissimo or the Panoramico in order to get to Firenze. You could choose. It was just a split in the road.
Yeah.
And
we decided to go direct.
Yes, exactly. Because I knew enough about Panoramico to know that wasn't the way we wanted to.
Oh my God. Yeah. And it's taken us about 2 hours, an hour and a half to 2 hours to get to the next roadblock.
It was 120 kilometers, so it was about an hour and a half to get there. And my wife was doing great.
Listen, I feel like I did a really good job stick shift driving. Yes. I learned how to stick shift drive just for the Amazing Race. I did not know how to stick shift drive before the Amazing Race, so I took lessons. I feel like we did a good job.
Yeah,
I did a good job.
Yeah, she did. because getting there, we had to go through a few places. We did like an extra loop somewhere, but we weren't too far behind in our traveling. It was good, but we had to go up a steep hill.
Oh my God.
And we didn't want to park because, if you drive a stick, you're going to go backward. So we had to keep going and didn't know that we were going in the right direction.
I was literally crying. So what the edit did not show, what the show didn't show, is that I was literally bawling because I was so scared going up that steep incline. I thought we were going the wrong way, and I realized, oh my God.
Yeah, we drive up to the top of the hill, and guess what?
We're in the right place.
We're in the right place. We saw the yellow and the red flag, and we were like, let's go.
Yes.
And so my wife saw and counted how many cars?
I miscounted.
Okay.
When you're under stress and duress, I miscounted the cars. I thought we were last.
Oh, but when we got there, that actually gave me motivation because it was time. It said that we needed to do a chiseling challenge, like sculpted body and a chiseled body. I was like, yes, definitely, because I love working with my hands, and the view was beautiful, and I wanted to give my wife a little bit more of a break.
Oh my God.
She had already done 2 of the roadblocks at that point, and it was time for me to make up. This was leg 4, so we had to even it out. So
oh my God, I'm so glad he did. It was right up his alley. So you did the roadblock. At the same time, Claire tells me that we are not in last place.
Now, I didn't know this, so I'm still chiseling my butt away.
Yes.
Now, there's a mallet. If you don't know, you have a mallet and you have a spike. And you can choose the size of spike. Yeah. And so depending on how hard you hit it, it would break off different parts of the sculpture. What we didn't know was when we saw this block, that up under it, the sculpture was there. The block was just plaster. Yeah. But when we first showed up, everybody thought that, oh my God, we have to be this perfect sculptor and chisel this thing out. It was beautiful. It was a replica of a Michelangelo statue that was under the Duomo. And so we're sitting here in this museum on this, looking over this beautiful vista. Just at the top of this hill, it was amazing. And so a lot of people got discouraged.
Yes, I would have gotten discouraged, definitely. This was definitely all Lumumba. Yeah. I'm so glad you did the challenge, but I can definitely see how people were discouraged.
Yeah.
In the meantime, you were like talking yourself, trying to talk yourself happy.
Definitely. I had to talk myself happy. I was talking about our relationship because what you don't see in the edits is how long it took.
Oh my
God. It was about an hour to 2 hour just chiseling. And so our arms were getting tired.
Yeah.
A lot of people were feeling different feelings about it. And it was a daunting task. It was not as easy as it looked. And so I believe Dom got a little bit discouraged. Yeah. And so did Sharik. But what they don't show you is all the things that led up to it. At this point, we've been traveling for over 12 hours and it was getting long. Exhausted.
We were exhausted and we still had that roadblock and a detour after that.
We had that roadblock.
Yes.
And we had a detour. Yeah. And I was chiseling away trying to sing songs and sing to my unborn, my yet to be born son.
Talking about our relationship.
Talking about our relationship. And so it was just nice to see everybody there because when we showed up, you know, at least we got that little gasp of hope that, hey, maybe I could pass someone.
Yes.
And when Rich and Dom showed up after we did, that made me feel so
Oh my
great.
God, me too. Oh my goodness. And you killed it, babe.
Oh man, I did my thing.
He literally got that challenge done on the first check.
Yeah, I did. I have a little bit of artistic skills every year, high school, college, taking art, so I knew a little bit about chiseling, plaster, and sculpture. So
totally not all you, babe, all you. So we get out of there, and we're not in last place.
We're not in last place. It didn't matter. A win is a win.
Yes, exactly. So we have to then go and do another detour when we leave there, and it's either Eye of Fashion or Eye for Fashion
or Window for Fashion.
Window for Fashion or no. Or no, it was the food.
Oh. See, there we go. Anyway, it was something about finding the windows, right?
Yeah. It was maybe it was like Window of Opportunity and Eye for Fashion or something like that.
That sounds perfect.
Okay, so we at this point are so traumatized by memorization challenges that we said we are not going to do any more memorization challenges. So we went
never again. So we went for Window of Opportunity, right? And so what Window of Opportunity was pick up 3 different dishes from 3 different locations throughout the city and deliver those to one specific location, a restaurant that was on the river. And we were like, you know what? It doesn't matter how far this is. We can figure this out and go from point A to point B to point C and check out. We did not want to do Eye of Fashion, which was memorizing particular dresses and clothing that people were wearing at particular locations, matching them and putting them in the right order.
We bombed so badly on that, like figure
out
the biology, the anatomy, the head of the class.
It was over. We were literally like shaking. And so each one was about maybe half a mile apart. So this was about half a mile to a mile. It's about 2.5 mile distance between point A to to the final point. So
shout out to there were 2 women from America. Shout out to those women who helped us find the different window locations. They saw that we were from the Amazing Race. They were like, "Oh my God, we want to help you. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Oh my God."
Great.
So thank you, 2 ladies in Italy that helped us.
Yeah, they mapped it out, and we headed off to point A, point B, point C. But what you guys don't see in the meantime is all the stress.
Oh my God.
And the I guess you would call it arguing. We were arguing.
We were arguing. We literally stopped racing. They did not show that in the episode. We stopped racing. It wasn't just Sharik and Linton. We actually stopped racing on our way to deliver the food to end that challenge, to end the detour. We stopped racing.
And why? Because my wife and I were having differences. And you have to understand, we were under so much stress. My wife was like, you got to do this. And I was like, babe, don't say that. Let's do it like this. And so finally, it was just like...
Let me just say, my husband can be clumsy. And so us carrying beans and the food, baguettes,
and
beans, and meat. The whole challenge was if you spilled the beans... And if you dropped the meat, you had to go back to where you got the food from and get another batch.
So the argument was what?
Yes, that, first of all, don't spill the food, don't spill the beans.
Obvious. To me, obvious.
Because he can trip. It's so easy for him to trip and to just, oh my goodness. So, and then the other was he likes to stop to make sure he's going the right direction every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes or every 2 minutes. And I'm like, we're in a race. We cannot stop all this time. We got to just keep going.
Yeah, I don't like to get lost. And, you know, what we learned about each other is sometimes I overanalyze to make sure everything is right.
Yeah.
And sometimes my wife just goes without analyzing anything. It's just like, let's just make this decision and let's... So we're sitting here
going on right now.
Yeah. So we're sitting here like struggling, and eventually it's like, look, stop, because the argument was getting just too much.
Yeah.
I was like, babe, no, we're not gonna continue. Let's get ourselves together.
Yeah.
Take a break. So for about 5 minutes, we just paused.
Yeah.
And and then we gathered ourselves.
Yeah.
And like this is much bigger.
Right.
We delivered the food, and we were fine. However, we still had a 1.5 mile run.
Oh my God.
For our lives, because we had no idea where we were going,
Yeah.
and who was around us, who was left, who was catching up with us. We were like so nervous and scared, and the sun had gone down.
It is literally nighttime. We started 6 in the morning that day. It is literally nighttime. I'm tired. We have our backpacks. We're still trying to figure out where the pit stop is.
Piazza
and we're running
Ignacio.
because we don't know where we are, like you said,
No.
Lumumba, in the race. So we have to run the whole time.
And so during this whole time, how were you feeling?
Oh my God, I was breaking down crying. I stopped to cry. The people were seeing that we were from the Amazing Race. They got video. They got their cameras up, their phones up, videotaping me having a meltdown because I'm tired. The only thing that I can think about, and Lumumba said, what are we doing this for? And it is our son, Boom Boom. We are here for him. So we wanted our son to see us pushing through, even if we were going home. At that point, we wanted to push through to the end and at least finish strong.
Absolutely. That was all that was on our minds.
Yes.
And they didn't catch us. I was crying. Literally.
Yes.
We were jogging and crying at the same time.
Yes.
And I just thought about my soon to be born son.
Yeah.
And it just things started welling up that what, we could go home, but still this is bigger than both of us. So
exactly.
We ended up pushing through, and when we landed on the mat at Piazza Ignacio, Phil told us you can kind of see the tears that we were wiped away. But Phil told us that we were team number 8.
Oh my God. And to start in the first group at the beginning of the mega leg, and then to end almost first of all, to be last most of the mega leg, we were last, and then to end up being 8th, not last, not second to last, but 8th. Oh my God, we were so
grateful. It was the most grateful experience I ever had, because I wanted to continue.
Yeah.
And I felt like we gave it our all, but I knew that with the mistakes that we had made, that we could have been going home. And so grateful that we got another chance to keep running.
Everything that could go wrong in the leg went wrong that day. From us not reading the clue, to getting lost,
to not doing well on the
detour. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, and we were still in it, and it just was wow.
By the skin of our teeth.
Yes.
So that was our recap for this episode. Yes. Episode number 4, the mega leg.
Yes.
Number 2.
Yes.
And
we're still in it. We're pushing, and we're going to
somewhere else. Yeah. You guys are gonna find out next episode what it's like in Jordan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's another journey, another adventure, but we're just so grateful that we were able to get on it.
Yes.
Reminder just to everybody how stressful it really was.
Oh my God.
So, I know a lot of people been getting flack, some of the team members, but there's so many things that were happening behind the scenes that really, they were just representations of everybody. So they chose stories that represented the experience that everybody was having.
Yeah, and I wish I wish the show would have shown our stories more. Everybody on the race has an amazing story, and the way that it's edited, you don't get to hear those stories. So hopefully as we move forward, you'll get to hear more about our individual stories and who we are. That's what the race is about.
Absolutely. So we will see you guys next time.
Yes. RobertsFamily365.com.
That's right.